came from a different history?
Well, your consciousness at least. Say you go back in time to when your parents met, using a car as a time machine. Know what movie I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course I do. The high school protagonist almost gets it on with his own mother and tries to get his awkward dad to marry her. That's the basic plot, right?
Yes, the story revolves around a boy. We'll call him M. Now, according to the plot, he's successful at getting his parents to marry. But history ends up changing slightly. Upon returning to his own time, his father's a famous science fiction writer, and he's rich.
I guess the hierarchy was switched when his dad punched the neighborhood bully.
But did you notice something odd about the movie? Just what happened to the M who lived in that fancy house?
Well, now that you mention it.
I don't think the M from that history appears in the movie at all.
There are two overarching types of stories about time travel. The first type states that there is always only one history. Meaning, if someone changes the past, that previous past is subsequently erased. The other type is where multiple histories exist. This is the many worlds interpretation. One of the more widely believed hypotheses on multiverse theory. The world and universe split into branches as a result of one's decisions. It's a setup where each branch is able to exist in some form. Okay, so back to the movie. First, let's consider what happens with a single path history. In this case, do you know what M is doing back in his own time?
What he's doing?
Committing a form of murder.
Murder?
Well, think about it. The M who grew up in that fancy house, let's call him M2. M2 should have had a variety of amazing memories from his life. Maybe he met a really cute girl he liked, or was a winner of a contest. The possibilities are endless. All of those memories, every single one was overwritten when M came from another history.
Huh? But the history that disappeared was poor M's.
You're right, that's true. What was erased from existing in time was M's history. But the only memories that M retained
Are those of when he was poor.
So, in effect, the life that M2 lived through was overwritten, all because of the actions that the protagonist M took to save his own. I'd say that's the same as killing someone, don't you think? Next is the multiverse hypothesis. In this situation, M2's life is never erased. Instead, a mystery remains. So, where did M2, the version who remembers being well off, up and disappear to?
Where he went.
This is what I think. On the same day that protagonist M used the time machine, M2, for some reason, did the same as M and went back to the past. But then he did the exact opposite of M.
The opposite?
He stopped his dad from punching the bully.
So, when he returned to his own time, it was the world poor M had lived in.
Are you saying that they pretty much switched places?
It would keep everything consistent.
That's depressing.
What is?
M2's situation. Well, he ends up getting the bum end of the deal regardless of which scenario happens.
Damn, that's pretty unfair.
Yes, that's true. But, This is rather difficult to say, Carlos. Your case may be exactly the same.
What?
Your consciousness could have come from another history and taken over this body. In exchange, the Carlos who was here originally...
No. Another me is in the other history?
There's no use in getting upset. You simply need to accept that that's what shifting is.